So this is a video about Lassen Volcanic National Park, which the more discriminating viewer will have probably guessed by now is a national park that is volcanic. So in some ways this was actually our second visit to Lassen National Volcanic Park. We actually went the day before, we went mid-morning. By then there was quite a long queue of traffic to get in, so we turned around and went somewhere else instead and returned the next morning. We got there about 8 AM. As you can see in the video, we are wearing shorts, and it was pretty cold. It was like 14 degrees, I think, which 14 degrees Celsius. If you're American, that is still 14 degrees Celsius. Now, I'm aware that there are some communities in America that find the thought of women wearing shorts quite offensive. Of course, I'm talking about the motorcycle community, but we did it for a reason. Mostly because it was, although it was cold in the morning, it actually gets quite warm in the afternoon up in the mountains, especially in August, which is kind of the high point of summer. So as you can see here, we're riding through parts of Lassen which were affected by a 2021 Dixie fire, which burned forest. I have no idea how much, but quite a lot. It was quite a well-known fire in the Bay Area. I don't think we got much of the smoke, but it looks like kind of very volcanic kind of effect, but this is actually just regular forest after or in the years recovering from a forest fire. So as you can see here, we're kind of getting into the part of the park, or the road through the park, where you can start to see actual Lassen Peak itself. Lassen Peak is the center point of the park, kinda. It's a big volcano of some sort, an active volcano. I think it's a dome volcano, but I actually don't remember and I'm too lazy to look it up. But the scenery, as you get closer to the actual peak itself, starts to take on this more classic volcano-y, cliche kind of appearance, with kind of more open rocky areas. I don't particularly remember what the altitude is up here. I think it's something like 8,000 feet. It's reasonably warm in the daytime, but there is you will see various patches of snow along the roadside here as we get higher and higher. Later on we went to the same kind of elevation, actually a little tiny bit higher, in the Sierra Nevada mountains on the same trip, and we didn't see anywhere near as much snow. But of course, these are not the Sierra Nevadas. This is the Cascade mountain range, which runs from Washington down to North California. And if you're wondering by now, yes, we are pretty cold. So I have a full-time job in California, and consequently find that visiting Lassen is actually kind of difficult. You can just drive there, but you can't just drive there whenever you like. You kind of have to go in the summer, because otherwise it's covered in snow. So we were there in the summer. We had just one day to look around, so we did the classic kind of sites, which is of course this place, which is a place called Bumpus Hell. Basically it's a kind of 3 or 4 mile something hike up and down these hills up in the volcanic area to get to a collection of things called fumaroles, which are steam vents, volcanically heated water underneath the ground, which you go and you take in the smell of the sulfur, and you marvel. Very impressive. I would love to go back to Lassen Volcanic National Park one day, but like I say, it's tricky. But yeah, there's a heck of a lot of things to do up in the area. If you get a chance to visit, then you should.